So far, we've focused on manual or motor skills. The last set of skills to play by ear are cognitive. That is, the skills of analyzing music. As Thomas Morley put it 400 years ago, to know what chord cometh next. I've identified 5 secrets to play by ear. The first secret is to say no. Don't try and play everything. There are over 4,000 chord variations. If we just took a list of 20 and multiplied that by the 7 possible roots, we would have 140 chords. That's no exaggeration. On one of the popular so-called easy guitar courses, I counted 40 different chords to learn on the first page. If we're going to learn to play by ear, we would not only have to memorize these, but also be familiar with their sounds and finger positions, so that we could anticipate and play them automatically. I certainly can't do anything like that, and I would be surprised to find anyone else can either. The simple one-finger chords we learned are our second secret. They're easy to remember and play. If you're busy running a group, you don't want to have to run for a chord sheet just to look up some fancy chord. You want to be able to demonstrate a song, not just one chord. In practice, research with non-music teachers seems to have shown that when they're asked to conduct music classes, they tend to stick with singing and percussion instead of instruments. That's not much of a surprise because it takes an orchestra conductor to be familiar with all the many musical instruments, let alone being able to spontaneously come into a group like a relief teacher and immediately be able to show someone how to play their particular musical instrument. The simple chords let you play into a song easily to demonstrate the flow and the rhythm of the song. The third secret is that instead of dozens of chords with names like augmented, major 13th, and so on, I'll show you just one magic chord you'll need to learn. That chord is a minor in the 6th scale degree. Don't abbreviate that as a minor 6th, as that is an entirely different thing. Let's look at the difference. A minor 6th chord would be a movement within the chord, lowering its middle note to make it a minor, then adding a 6th note within the chord. So all that would refer to changes within a chord. What I'm referring to as the magic chord is the location of the whole chord along the scale degrees of the 12 roots for a chord. We're talking about whatever chord is in the 6th scale degree. So if it's key of C, the number 1 is C, and the 6th scale degree on from that becomes A. We make that 6th degree chord a minor, so it becomes A minor at the 6th scale degree, not to be confused with an A6th. Why is this a big deal? Well, it's the only chord you have to remember if you want to play by ear. In other words, instead of memorizing the sound and feel of 40 chords, you only need to get acquainted with that one chord sound to play most popular music. An amazing number of pop songs only require that same single minor chord. Some don't even bother with it, sticking with the punchier 3-chord 1-4-5 progression. Can you be a star with only 3 chords? Elvis said he only knew 3 chords. If you add to those 3 this single minor chord in the 6th degree, you can master the entire pop collection. You can learn to listen for that distinctive minor chord across a whole range of music, even some classical orchestral pieces. If we just say no to complex arrangements, we can often approximate them with simple 4-chord progressions. Listen to the Aussie group The Axis of Awesome to see how many songs use a 4-chord pattern. So what are the 4 chords for our secret? They're chord scale degrees. not specific chords. Instead of the specific chords C, F, G, we refer to them in terms of their ratio. Along the 12 scale degrees, they are 1, 4, 5. That's the root, the fourth, and the fifth. 1, 4, 5. We add the sixth scale degree as a minor to make it 1, 6 minor, 4, 5. We use lower case for the minor. The more recent version just shifts these around as 1, 5th, 6th, minor, 4th. So if it's key of C, the minor chord becomes A minor. So we have C, A minor, F, G. And if we change the key up 1 degree to key of D, it becomes D, B minor, G, A. And so on as we change keys. Within the pentatonic set, such as C, D, E, G, A, we can find 3 1, 4, 5 sets: D, G, A, D, E, and G, C, D. We can even get a 6th degree for the key of G, making it G, C, D, E minor. Those 1, 4, 5 sets all allow the 12-bar blues. The blues progression is the secret of pop musicians being able to walk up on stage unrehearsed with total strangers and jam together. They know what Thomas Morley described 400 years ago: what chord cometh next without book. The 12-bar progression is well known, and it is like getting on a merry-go-round. We know in a few notes where they are in the progression and can jump on with the right chord. The progression stays the same whatever key they're playing. You've heard this progression in countless pop songs. As a kid, I knew it intuitively decades before I learned about it and was able to sing and play at parties and weddings. I knew the pattern, not from school, but from hearing it on the radio every day. You've heard it too. Now is the time to put that experience to good use. So, summarizing our teacher's skills course, we can employ these skills along the entire music curriculum. Even if we choose to stick with the simplest option of no musical instruments and just singing and hand clapping, the skills help you choose the right music and make it sound good. At the highest end, with the gifted and talented with classical training, many of them may not be familiar with play by ear or techniques to record and produce their music. So your skills will put you in a better position to help them along.